Can you imagine serving your time in federal prison, doing everything right, and then being sent back to prison over a bagel? That sounds ridiculous, right? Well, that's exactly what happened to one of my clients. He ate a poppy seed bagel, and when he did his drug test, he tested positive for opioids. I've heard this excuse from people in court over the years, and I always thought that it was just an excuse people made up for having a dirty test. But what I found out is that this can actually happen. Poppy seeds can provide or cause a false positive for opioids. So let's talk about why this matters if you're on probation, supervised release, or parole, and how something as innocent as eating breakfast can send you back to prison. If you're new here, I am Diane Bass. I'm a federal criminal defense attorney. I represent people who are under investigation or charged with crimes in state and federal court. On this channel, I break down real cases, legal misconceptions, and what you need to know if you're ever faced with federal crime. So let's break down what happened in this case. The myth became real. Most people don't realize this, but poppy seeds come from the same plant that produces opium, morphine, and codeine. Even though they are processed, tiny bits of opiates can still be present. Here's the shocking part. Even one poppy seed bagel or muffin can make you test positive for up to 48 hours and sometimes even longer. So the problem is that most standard drug tests don't differentiate between actual drug use and trace amounts from foods. And this isn't just my client's story. This has happened to many people where they have lost jobs, they have failed drug tests when they're on probation, and even been sent back to prison for positive drug tests. This happened to a client of mine who had finally reunited with his family after serving his prison sentence really far from home. So it was a horrible experience for him, but he completed the 500-hour drug treatment program that the Bureau of Prison offers to give you a year off of your sentence. He earned the year off of his sentence, he came home, and he had a bagel for breakfast. He did not know that the onion bagels at this place had poppy seeds, so he tested positive for opioids. He argued with his probation officer. He told them that this was a poppy seed. He even showed them the articles, the scientific research about the fact that if it wasn't testing positive for two different kinds of opioids, then it wasn't really a drug. It was more of a food issue. They didn't care. They sent him back to this faraway prison where he lost the year that he had earned from doing the drug treatment program, and he had to serve another year in federal prison. And it was absolute hell over a freaking bagel. What should you do if this happens to you? Here are 3 steps to follow to prevent you from losing your freedom or your job. First of all, just don't eat bagels or muffins when you're on supervised release. Stay away from them. Even if they're plain, even if there is no sign of a poppy seed anywhere, just don't eat bagels or muffins. It's not worth your freedom. Secondly, ask for a confirmation test. Standard drug screens can pick up trace amounts, but more advanced testing like gas chromatography, mass spectrometry can differentiate between actual drug use and poppy seed contamination. This is the key to proving your innocence, even if you have to hire your own lab. Document what you ate. Write down the precise date, time, where the food came from, and report it to your probation officer immediately. This can provide evidence later on if there's a hearing. You should talk to your lawyer immediately if this happens. You do not want to fight this alone. The system is not set up to listen to excuses. They just want to throw you back in jail. So even if your reason is true, they don't want to hear it. You can't fight this on your own. The reality is that when you are on supervised release, probation, or parole, you do not get the benefit of the doubt. Even an innocent mistake can land you behind bars. That is why you should know your rights and never fight a probation violation alone. So the lesson of the day, if you're on supervised release, stay away from poppy seeds. It's not worth the risk. So if you or someone you know has a probation violation or a violation of supervised release or fails a drug test, even if they are clean, they need legal help fast. I help people fight unfair accusations and federal charges in court every day. If you need advice, don't wait. Contact my office today for a consultation. My team and I are ready to fight for you. If you found this video helpful, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications.